Alrighty, everybody. This is Chapter 3, Lesson 5, which is graphing a line using your intercepts. So example number 1 says Mrs. Hodges spent $80 on movie tickets and drinks for her son and his friends. The total cost of X movie tickets and Y drinks is represented by the equation 8X plus 4Y equals 80. So the first step, it says, is to rewrite the equation in slope-intercept form. We know that slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. Okay, so we have our equation of 8x plus 4y equals 80, and we have to put it into y equals mx plus b form. So we're going to subtract our 8x from both sides, and we get 4y is equal to negative 8x plus 80. And here, yes, order does matter because you have your mx first, so you want to have your mx first here as well. Okay, so from here, we want to make sure we divide everything by 4 because we're solving for y. So we're going to get y is equal to, and when you solve, it's negative 8x divided by 4, which is negative 2x plus, and then 80 divided by 4 is 20. Okay, so there's our first answer. Okay, letter B is to graph the equation. So in slope-intercept form, we know our m is our slope, so m is equal to negative 2, and our b is equal to 20, and our b is our where it crosses the y-axis. Okay, so when we go ahead and graph, I'm going to label all of my lines. So this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, and this is our drinks. And then the other side is our tickets. Okay, and we're going to label that 1 through 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and graph. So our first one we're going to have, we know it crosses our y-axis at 20. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. So we're going to put our dot here. And then we know our slope is negative 2 over 1. So we're going to go down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, and keep going all the way until we get to our x-axis, and you're going to combine the line, the dots to make a line. Okay, so it's saying what is the y-intercept? So you're saying where does it cross the y-axis? You could say 20, or you could say 0, 20, because your x is 0 and your y is 20. So letter D says, what does the point 0, 20 represent? Well, that point 0, 20 represents 0 tickets and 20 drinks for $80. Because that was the original amount of money that Mrs. Hodges said that she was going to spend. So she bought no movie tickets, but spent $80 on only 20 drinks. All right, so this next part here, it says slope-intercept form. So the x-intercept of a line is the x-coordinate of the point where the graph crosses the x-axis. Since any linear equation can be graphed using 2 points, you can use the x and the y-intercepts to graph an equation. So letter E says to solve the x and y-intercepts for 8x plus 4y equals 80. So the first one we're going to do is to solve for x. Okay, so our equation is 8x plus 4y equals 80. Okay, when we have our x-intercept, that means we have a number for x and 0 for y. So we're going to go ahead and plug in 0 for that y. So we have 8x plus 4 times 0 is equal to 80. So once I solve, I would have 8x is equal to 80, divide by 8, and x is equal to 10. So my x-intercept would be 10, 0. Okay, then we're going to do the same process for our y-intercept. So solve for y. So we have 8x plus 4y equals 80. So when you are solving for the y-intercept, that means your x is 0 and your y is a number. So we're going to substitute 0 in for x. So we'd have 8 times 0 plus 4y is equal to 80. So I have 0 plus 4y equals 80. Divide by 4, and y is going to equal 20. So my y-intercept would be 0, 20. And that's it. Okay, go ahead and flip to the next page. Okay, example 2, you want to state the x and y intercepts of y equals 1.5x minus 9. Then you want to use the intercepts to graph the equation. So, we're first going to find 1.5x minus 9. So we're first going to find where it crosses the y-axis. So I'm going to plug in 0 for our x. So we have y is equal to 1.5 times 0 minus 9. So y is equal to 0 minus 9. So y is going to equal negative 9. So our coordinate for our y-intercept is 0, negative 9. And then we want to do the same thing on the other side, but we want to plug in 0 for y. So we're going to have 0 is equal to 1.5x minus 9. I'm going to add 9 to both sides. So 9 is equal to 1.5x. Divide by 1.5. And x is going to equal 6. So my x-intercept is 6, 0. So then all I have to do is plot those on my graph. So 0, negative 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's my dot for 0, 9. And then 6, 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then connect your dots. Make sure you have arrows on both ends of your line, and you're good to go. So then the last one for standard form. Okay, we have standard form is when you have ax plus by is equal to c, where a is greater than or equal to 0, and a, b, and c are integers that are written in standard form. So it says Malden Middle School wants to make $4,740 from yearbooks. To print yearbooks, which is going to be our x, costs $60, and digital yearbooks, which is going to be our y, costs $15. Create an equation in standard form that represents the scenario. So we have $60 that we have for our printed yearbooks, so that's going to be 60x plus, and then our digital yearbooks are 15, so that's for our y, and it says they want to make $4,740. So the cost of the digital plus the printed ones have to equal at least 4,740. So I want to find my x and y intercepts. So I'm going to write my equation. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and plug in 0 for x so I can find my y-intercept. So I would get 15y is equal to 4,740. Divide by 15. And my y is going to equal 316. So my y-intercept is 0, 316. And then I have to solve for my other one. So I have 60x plus 15y equals 4,740. I'm going to plug in 0 for my y now. So I have 60x plus 15 times 0 equals 4,740. And I'm going to then divide by 60. And my x is going to equal 79. So my x-intercept is 79, 0. Okay, I'm not going to go and draw this, but you should have a line because I don't have enough room on here, but you should have enough on your paper. You would have your digital copies here and your paper copies over here, and it's going to go on a downward slope. Okay, so I want you to actually graph this. Okay, and then letter C says to interpret the x and y intercepts. So for the x, we would say you can sell 79 paper copies and 0 digital. And for the y, you can sell 0 paper copies and 316 digital. Okay, go ahead and flip on to the next page. This is your guided practice. I would like you to go ahead and check the key on Canvas after you have completed these problems. Thanks for watching.